Hey y'all, I am Nisha, and this is my ASMR channel. And in today's video, y'all already know we have to get into the housewives of it all. This is our weekly Housewives chit-chat and update. Um, we can start off with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Um, I don't know if y'all watch Salt Lake City. Tell me how y'all feel about it in the comments, but this episode this week was like a little bit boring. It didn't really stand out to me. It was mostly just like them arguing on a yacht. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like a lot of arguing, like just meaningless arguing. I don't even understand who's arguing and like what for. But I do know it's a little embarrassing. The crew on the ship is like, yikes. They're like, oh my god, we need to stay away from these crazy people. And they try to get the captain of the ship to like eat dessert with them the first day, and it just goes completely awry. Everyone argues. So yeah, he's not having dessert with them. And then the second day, he actually makes it to the table. He sits down, but like they're still arguing. There's like full blown arguments. They're not even listening. Or was it the chef? I don't remember. It was the chef or the captain. They tried to like come out there and sit with them, but it just wasn't happening because the ladies are just arguing away, you know. And yeah, it's like meaningless arguments. I couldn't even tell you guys like a witty comeback or like anything. It's like me, like meaningless. It was hilarious how the first night Mary was just in the room, her and Angie, because they made up. Oh my gosh. But Angie was sick, and Mary was just like in the room, acting as if like she was helping or attending to the sick Angie. She was more there for like moral support, if anything. But Mary did not want to go have dinner with those crazy ladies. She just wanted to get her little meal, get her dessert, eat it on the bed. She was having the best dinner ever. And then in contrast, they were just like outside completely arguing. Yeah, towards the end of the episode, they try to say that like Brittany was trying to get the captain to come back to the room with her, and Brittany is flirty. I'll say that. Brittany needs help. I'll also say that like Brittany is very male-centered, and she needs to work on that. So she was flirting a lot with the captain, but by no means did I think Brittany was like seriously trying to take the captain back to her room. But you know, I only saw what I saw, and they were actually there. But from what they showed on Bravo Network, it really didn't look that deep. It looked like she was flirting with the captain, but like meaningless flirting. I don't know though. And that's the only thing that really stood out about that episode. Other than that, it was just more arguing, more Lisa crying, a lot of Lisa crying and Lisa yelling. I'm like kind of all Lisa'd out right now. I'm kind of over it with Lisa. Yeah. just like a filler episode. I feel like everything in this episode could have been added to last week's episode, and you could have cut out a bunch of the meaningless arguing, and we could have moved on to whatever the next thing is. But it seems like they're kind of trying to stretch it right now. So, yeah, that is that. Moving on to Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, well, Housewives of Potomac, initially, it was dry, it was bland, you know. It wasn't really hitting on nothing. But recently, these past few episodes, it's heating up. It's really heating up, and I kind of like it. I'm liking this episode so far. I think it's pretty good. Stacey has restored all of my faith back in her. I don't know why I would ever doubt Stacey. Let's stay Stace. But yeah, like I've been seeing her QVC videos all over like social media, and I love it. I love it. Like I literally do. I think it's so cool that Stacey sells like on the shopping network. It's cute. It's niche. It's Stacey. Okay, but moving on to my topics. First, I said it from the beginning. The first thing I thought about Angel was that she was really pretty. I did not know that Angel's looks would turn into her storyline. Look at me predicting the future. So Angel and Giselle. So Angel tried to say, like, building on the last episode where Angel clearly photoshopped her picture. Angel was trying to say that Giselle was body shaming her because Giselle said the picture was edited. I don't know how it was a body shame. And even Giselle points out quite lovingly, because one thing about it, Giselle will read you from top to bottom, all the way down, very nastily if you push her there, but she will not let you misinterpret what she actually said. She's gonna tell you what she said and what she didn't say. And she was very clear that she was not body shaming Angel, because the picture she was referring to was solely a face shot. And she was right. Angel's body was not at all in that picture at all. It was a face shot. And it was heavily edited. Okay, like Angel lied about editing the photo. She said there's no filter, there's no edit on that photo. Like, Angel girl, the picture completely did not look like her at all. So to say, I don't know about Angel, like she real wishy-washy, and she has a real, like, who is she? She has no personality. And then she just gets like weird, and I don't know about Angel. She edited the photo, she lied. Everybody said the photo was overly edited. I feel like she could just be like, y'all, okay, I overly edited my photo. Now what? Everybody edits their photos. Like, but instead, she said no, that picture has no edit on it at all. And then tries to say that Giselle was body shaming her body, which the picture wasn't even of her body. But I don't know about Angel girl. Yeah, my next note literally was, yeah, not feeling Angel. But Giselle actually apologized. Um, she said she wasn't trying to body shame her or anything like that. You know, she was just trying to give her some light shade. Um, but Angel's just lame. I think that's what it was. Because even the next day, at the end of the first day, where they brought it up and everything, she like hugs the lady. She stays after. She's like talking to them. But then the next day, she's like has an attitude, and she started saying like, "Oh yeah, Bobby was ready to hop a jet. He don't play about me." Oh brother, oh Angel, please, girl. Bobby was ready to hop a jet. He don't play about you. We get it. Bobby loves you. What are you trying to prove here? And who are you trying to convince? Because who is Angel without Bobby? Please, please, somebody tell me. Yeah, so basically, everyone thought that because Angel was so happy-go-lucky with all the girls the night before and hugging and saying it was okay and all of that, they thought she moved on. But she was still upset because basically Kay told her to be upset. That's how I looked at it. I feel like Angel was still upset because Kay told her, no, still be mad at them. Don't let them off that easy. I literally think that's how it went down. She may say, like, you know, she's really standing on the idea that she came to this conclusion on her own and all of her thoughts are her own and nobody is persuading her to do anything or say anything, but I really think Kay is influencing Angel's behavior a lot because regardless of if she wants to admit it or not, her behavior is very different when Kay is around and when Kay isn't around. When Kay isn't around, she's more lighthearted. She can like joke and have fun with the girls, but when Kay is around, she's very like stush. You know, she's very stuck up. She doesn't want to talk to anybody. But Kay, she just wants to be up Kay's behind, like literally. Boo, lame, loser. That's how I feel. Somebody called them the Sad Sisters duo, and yeah, that's what they're acting like. Sad Sisters duo, the Lame Girls Club. And basically they were like, Angel, what happened? You were so bubbly the night before. You were like talking to us and doing everything. And Angel claims that she wasn't bubbly the night before. She was actually annoyed. Then they rolled the clip of her being like happy with the girls, joking with them, laughing with them, giving them hugs and all of that. And then later going into the room with Kay. And then Kay was like, are you okay? You're not okay. I'm so annoyed. Kay states that she is annoyed. This is after Angel was with the other girls, kikiing, laughing, dancing, hugging, having her a good jolly time. Now, the next day, all of a sudden, Angel is annoyed. Angel is a follower, is what Angel is. And I think Angel needs to like stand on her own a little more. And she needs to dissociate herself a little from Kay. But yeah, and then once Kay said she was annoyed, Angel agreed that she was also annoyed. Fake, 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 fake. Very, very fake. Extraordinarily fake. Extremely fake. That's the only thing I can say about Angel. Like, I don't know, but we'll get into Angel a little bit after this next topic. So next in the show, I liked how was that Giselle was with, that Stacy had the picture of. Oh my God, Stacy. Stacy's the only person to find a picture of Giselle and her mystery man. But I liked how they kept calling out Giselle. Like Wendy was like, no, we need to stay on this topic. We need to ask Giselle what is going on. I also liked how Ashley was really being a good friend. Like she kept trying to change the subject. She had her girl Giselle's back no matter what. She was like, who else dated a football player up in here? Like, my girl ain't the only girl. They know football player. I thought that was just a funny dynamic, and she kept trying to flip the story back on Stacy about Chris Samuels, but like, so what if Stacy was trying to date Chris Samuels? Like, technically, Stacy was getting divorced from her husband. Chris was divorced from his wife. They were two single people on the brow, checking each other out. What was so wrong with that, So I feel like that's why Stacy just being like, cause what was so wrong with that, But I like how Wendy kept overriding the conversation, like, and made Giselle answer questions about her boyfriend or her date or whoever that man was. But then somehow after this, like, Wendy says she's happy for Giselle and she's happy that they're friends, and she knows, like, that there's a difference in Giselle, and she likes that for her, and I think that's cute. Wendy and Giselle have come a long way, and I can appreciate them now being like in a good space with each other. It's the power of Housewives friendship. So cute. Again, Angel then goes on to mention that her husband sent her $5K to go in town to go shopping. The only thing in town that they could shop at was the flea market, and they were excited to go to the flea market, but everyone thought it was obnoxious for him to send $5K, and also obnoxious for her to even mention that she had $5K to spend, because quite literally they were going to the flea market. All of the ladies were basically rolling their eyes, and I think even it might have been Ashley. Well, Ashley was like, $5K for the flea market, girl. Like, literally 5K for the flea market, girl. And that is where I came to the conclusion that Angel has no identity of her own. And that's a little bit sad. That's actually quite sad. I feel like she is like, her full identity is in that she's a wag. She loves everything about being a wag. Everything about her identity is tied to like her husband and her kids being involved in some type of sport. Like, even when they brought up Chris Samuels, she was like, oh, I know Chris because I know Chris. He was one of my son's football mentors or whatever. Like, do you know Chris or do they know Chris? And you're the wife / mom. I think Angel needs her own identity. And maybe, hopefully, Housewives can help her find that. Like, we've seen this before. Like, Portia in Real Housewives of Atlanta. In the beginning, Portia did not have her own identity. Everything was Cordell. But sadly, Portia had to get divorced. I'm not wishing divorce on Angel. I'm just hoping that she finds herself. But through Housewives, Portia was able to find herself after getting divorced from Cordell, where like the first presentation we got of her was very male-centered and very I'm a wife. And I think the same thing is happening with Angel. She's just very centered about being a wife, like, and being a wag specifically. So I think hopefully she can find herself. She just needs a good group of girlfriends where she can like find herself outside of her husband and her kids. And I think the ladies could help her do that. But Angel, I don't know, girl. She has to like, I don't know, her personality is like real shifty right now. Like I don't know what's up with it. But I think if she figures that out and sorts it out and stops trying to like stunt on people with her husband, she'll be fine. And I think she might actually be a pretty good housewife, but we shall see. So yeah, that's all that I have for this video. Make sure y'all tune in for more videos. I will be uploading more videos, more than just housewives, y'all, like real other ASMR videos. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.